What is up, YouTube? We are back recapping UFC 319. I'm freaking hot. What the was that, man? What was that? Oh, I'm so sick. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I can't jump right to it. We will get to it. But I'm hot. I'm so hot right now. I can't believe that just happened in my life. In my life. That's how this goes. This is the life I live. Man, I'm tight. Overall, pretty decent card. A lot of fun finishes. Did horrible with my predictions. We'll get to all of it. Honestly, I'm about to be done betting forever. Probably not, but definitely thinking about it. Went 6-12 correct. 3 of them being perfect. I think it was all the decisions because, oh man, it was unbelievable. Breaking it down, starting with the first fight, and this is how I should have known. I remember even thinking clearly yesterday, thinking, "Oh, if this doesn't work, then I'm cooked the whole card." Boy, did I not listen, because I continued to be degenerate through it. We have Joseph Morales defeating Alibi Idris by second round sub. I had Idris first round KO. Minus 500. Do you blame me? You know what I mean? Like, this guy looked like an absolute killer on Tough. He looked like he was going to be one of the best fighters out of Tough. It looked horrible. He looked absolutely horrible. Just got absolutely outvetted. Horrible, man. I just could not believe I witnessed that. So, had Adira's first round KO. He lost. And I'm not matching up anyone on this card. Maybe like the top fights or I don't know, but like, sick. Moving on to the next fight, we have Karine Silva defeating Dione Barbosa by decision. It's a close fight. Wasn't even that good. It's just like, I could see how you can give it to Barbosa, but either way, I'm happy because my bet hit, and nor do I care about either of these fighters, you know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to Karine Silva for actually helping me out, even though it doesn't even matter because I lost all my money soon after anyway. Yeah, on to the next fight. We have Drakkar Klose defeating Edson Barbosa by decision. Had Barbosa's second round KO, you know, because it's just such a step down in competition. Close, as much as Drakkar Klose has pretty decent grappling or is not afraid to grapple, his chin is so weak that I thought, you know, maybe Barbosa gets out grappled in the first round, then just randomly finds Drakkar Klose's chin. No, dude, Barbosa looks so gassed at lightweight, man. It's so crazy. I hope he retires or they just feed him to like some up and comer that they know can beat Edson Barbosa. Which as of yesterday didn't really look like that would be that hard, but I guess you never know. Styles make matchups, and sometimes these younger fighters just cannot beat these old vets, but the mid vets can make them look like they're washed and everything. But we won't even talk about Zell Huber, all that shit, whatever. But yeah, also a very close fight. I saw some people were scoring for Barbosa, and don't get me wrong, I would have been fine with that because, oh shoot, meal deer, all Bambies. But man, I didn't have for Barbosa. I was gonna be honest. I was kind of watching the fight, and Drakkar Klose just looked like he was getting the better of him. I think I had 29-28. So shout out to Drakkar Close for getting it done. Edson Barbosa, please retire. I don't want to see it again, honestly. Some wood bison. I don't want to get trampled here. Bambi. Yeah, so moving on to the next fight, we got Alexander Hernandez defeating Chase Hooper at the very end of the first round. I believe it was a left hook that got right through, just clipped him, and there goes the Chase Hooper hype train at lightweight. At lightweight, obviously featherweight, he got for all checked a couple times, moved up to lightweight, was looking good. They were building him up pretty slow, but couldn't beat Alexander Hernandez, you know. Who is one of those weird fighters that has sneaky wins, but also looks horrible when he, you know, faces like, who was, I don't think it was Trey Ogden, but it's just like there's guys that, you know, like Alexander Hernandez beat Jim Miller when he was having that late stage run, and then beat Beneil Dariush like on the come up, but then loses to like, who's it? Like, I think Cowboy was good at the time, so I don't want to use that. But like, he's lost to like some guys, man. It's just like, and I've seen it, and it's just Alexander Hernandez is really not the best, man. You know, but good for him. Great win. Chase Hooper, man. I think in Chase Hooper's peak, he will get anywhere between 10 and 15. Outside of that, man, I don't think he reaches top 10. I don't think... Oh, man. Oh, this is the train track up here. This is what I've been looking at. This is a screensaver. Look at this. Mountains. Snow caps. Alberta, Canada. But, yeah, either way, yeah, I think this just solidifies that Chase Hooper will... I can't say forever be a gatekeeper because he hasn't even reached that status yet, but... It's going to take time, man. He's still, like, such a project, and the durability does worry me, man. Maybe he builds into lightweight a little bit more. Definitely needs some more experience. Is that something up here? But, yeah, I think overall this is not a good look for Chase Hooper. He did get caught. It's not like he was getting absolutely destroyed, but tough scene, man. But great win for Alexander Hernandez. I had Chase Hooper decision. Obviously, I got that freaking wrong. Oh, shoot. Do I have to go around this mountain ridge? Okay, this is kind of ridiculous. Moving on to the next fight, though, we got Lupita Godinez defeating Jessica Andrade. This is awesome. Honestly, the women bailed me out, and they didn't even bail me out, but they helped me from losing more money, honestly. So, shout out to females this card. They saved me again, but yeah, I was kind of worrying when I initially picked Godinez. I was like, this is a step down. Andrade's gonna have more physicality, and it did kind of look like she was good at shrugging off some of those takedown attempts, clinch exchanges from what I remember. I don't think I was fully locked in for the fights. I don't think I really locked in until the Suzukara fight, but I was kind of keeping eyes on it. And, you know, Lupita Godinez just kind of, her combos were actually kind of decent in some parts from what I remember. You know, and I think Andrade is washed. At 33 years old, I think she's one of those people that peaked early. I think her jumping down between flyweight and strawweight actually messed up a lot of things. Even though I respect it, I absolutely respect it. Just like kind of like she's ready to go whenever. It's kind of like a Kevin Holland mentality. Except it seems like she does kind of care more. But either way, it just kind of looks like Andrade is done, man. I think. A lot of wear and tear, and she's kind of, it seems like she's like somewhat easy to figure out too. Like she's not a whole freaking jigsaw puzzle, you know. Just kind of blitzes in, just gonna try to use the physicality and just the pressure. And you know, if you're decent at striking and you're able to mix it up, like you're gonna have no issues. And I wouldn't say no issues, but you'll be in good shape. So Shout out to Lupita Godinez there, getting it done. I think what's next for her? She's gonna be number 5 now, I think. I forgot that Andrade's still 5 at strawweight. So ideally, I would like her. I would like to see her fight one more time. Ideally. However, if Virna loses Zhang Weili, which I hope does not happen, I hope Virna wins. But if Virna loses Zhang Weili, you might have to give it to Lupita Godinez. But I ideally would like to see Lupita fight one more time. Someone in that top 5 to really cement herself as the next contender, because I think barely beating Andrade does not excite me in the slightest to see a Zhang Weili fight. I think Zhang Weili steamrolls her. I think, and I like Godinez a lot. I think she has some of the tools to eventually be a champion, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that, but I want to see her fight one more person, maybe a Tatiana Suarez, maybe. I don't know who else is top 5. I feel like the division's so bad that Lemos is probably top 5. So I want to see something like that, but either way, great win for Godinez. Let's see one more before she faces the next person. On to the next fight, we have Michal Olajayshuk defeating Gerald Meerschaert in the first round by KO. I had Olajayshuk by decision. Vegas was so weird about this fight. I don't know what they saw, or maybe I'm forgetting some recent GM3 performances. Feel like he's a tough guy to finish, so I don't know how the over-under was set at 1.5, and it was like I think it was like minus 220 under 1.5, and I'm like, is it really like that? I don't think it was ever like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess either I'm not paying attention or Vegas knew something, because yeah, Michal Olajayshuk made it look easy against Meerschaert. Almost as easy as Khamzet. Well, actually, Khamzet made Meerschaert look really easy. The heck is this? Why does it give me a whole tour like this? Alright. Yeah, so Michal Olajayshuk defeating Gerald Meerschaert. He looks decent at middleweight, man. Do I think he'll ever be something? Not really. I mean, who knows if this fighting nerds affect. I mean, it does look like he's better with the fighting nerds. I'll give him that. Like, I'm not gonna completely harp on them and use my bias against them to really do that. I think he is looking better. I don't know. I think it's still too early for me to tell. Like, did GM3 finally get washed up? It kind of seems that way, but at the same time, Reiner de Ritter just struggled against him. Like, what was that? I mean, I guess that was like 8-9 months ago, but still, RDR is like the dark horse in the division, kind of. Not really, but like, oh gosh, I'm just trying to justify this. Oh, we're gonna have a Grey Wolf sighting right up here, hopefully. If they run up on me, I'm shocked. I am shocked. We need to get them in the opening. Alright. But yeah, so I don't know what Vegas knew there. Great win for Olajayshuk. He needs to fight 1 or 2 more guys before top 15, honestly. Hate middleweight. It was literally before yesterday, it was like one of my favorite divisions right now in the sport. Hate it. All of them are frauds. All of them. We'll get to in a second, honestly, because I don't even want to get all mad right now. It's just not going to do anyone a favor. But geez, man, that was ridiculous. Shout out to Olajayshuk, though. Career revival is it? Oh, 7. Okay, it looks like they're running away, so I got nothing to worry about. Unless they turn around and get me while I got my back turned. Sounds like about a Grey Wolf type thing. On to the next fight. This is where I kind of locked in. We got Bisinger Susakarev defeating Eric Nolan by a second round sub. Um, he took it on 4-day notice, so I'm gonna try to not critique him this much. And by the way, I didn't know Eric Nolan is a welterweight normally. I don't know if that was his first fight ever at middleweight, but he is usually a welterweight. Um, Susakarev lost that first round because he got rocked and he wasn't doing too much. He's just doing the whole like showboat and laughing everything off, and you know, it's like it can be, that stuff can be fun at times. Like I love it when Rob does it. Like I love it when um I don't, oh gosh, we'll get to MVP too. I don't love it when he fucking does it either, but jeez, man. Yeah, Susakarev won. He did on 4 days notice. He still got the finish, but Eric Nolan was given some serious issues before those leg kicks, man. Serious issues. And then he's talking about turning around on Noche. He's trying to get the crowd to chant his name, and it's like, brother, like, we're hyping you up because the 4-day notice thing, but it's not like you are one of the top prospects in MMA right now. Like, pump the brakes. Like, you got your wish. You were fighting on the same card as Khamzet, 4-day notice. That's huge. Like, congrats. But there's so much work to be done with that guy, man. Like, so much. His striking is kind of there. Still needs some tweaking. He did get the sub, but man, I don't think he's that good yet. And I don't get me wrong, I was really on the hype train. I was just like, oh, this is impressive. Like they know something. That's why they're doing this. And no, I think it was just a good opportunity. Kind of helps the card, and it did help the card because they lost 3 fights. He added this one, so it was just another storyline to add to the pay-per-view. And you know, he still got the finish, he still got the win. It just wasn't as impressive of a performance as I thought. And this is even before I knew that Eric Nolan was a welterweight, you know what I mean? So, but props to Eric Nolan, man, for staying in there. He was a tough one to get out of there early, man. He was no joke. He was ready to play. So, they probably don't keep him around because I think he's like 8-4 now after that loss. But I mean, props to him. I wouldn't be opposed to them giving him one more fight and seeing if he can recover from there. But it kind of seems like the UFC is going down the route of boxing, where they're trying to get guys that are undefeated, and you know the O's matter a lot more now than they ever did. Like it's just, so I hope they're not doing that, but if they are, it is what it is. I think the quality of competition is a lot better than, you know, having the O next to your name, but that's beyond me. On to the next fight, we got Tim Elliott defeating Kaya Asakura by submission in the second round. This is just such a bad look for the UFC. Bad look. It sucks because I don't want to say it's a bad look for Pantoja because it's not his fault and Pantoja made it look easy, but you know, the UFC bringing in Kaya Sakura and just, you know, having him fight for an immediate title shot just for him to go down like that is embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. I'm sick that not only did I have to watch that fight, but I had to watch this. And Tim Elliott is just like throwing all these like weird feints and just switching stances, and you know I kind of respect that. I like a fighter that's moving around doing a lot, but like he was also doing nothing at the same time. So it's like I respect it because it's a little different. It might be throwing off the opponent, but I would have thought Kaya Sakura of all people, being as decorated as a striker as he is, I would have thought he would have been able to figure it out, and it just did not look like he had it all down. So. Oh my gosh, I hear him. Oh my goodness. Get the pistol out. You never know. I'm about to poop my pants, bro. Where is he? That was right on this hill. Old trucks. A bison. Dog, they are here, bro. I know they are here. I don't want to turn my back and then these pop me like that. Are they circling me? Got jump, scare them off, hopefully. Yeah, so horrible look for Kaya Sakura. Bad look for the UFC. It delegitimizes, what's it called? Pantoja, not Pantoja's whole title reign, obviously, but it just delegitimizes the title defense. And it makes a DJ defense look even better because Tim Elliott's still doing it. Which is so crazy. So shout out to both DJ and Pantoja. Sucks for Pantoja that happened, but like I said, it doesn't really hurt Pantoja too much and shit. But like when all is said and done, and you know how people were already saying after the Kai Car France fight that Panto. Oh my gosh, I thought that was. I don't know what I thought that was. People were saying that, you know, Pantoja's right up there with DJ, just needs like a defense or two more or something like that. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second. Doesn't DJ have like 11 or 12? Like, what are we talking about? Like, Pantoja's at like, what, 4 or 5? Like, I don't care. And you can't even say the level of competition after a fight like this. You can't say it. So, I don't know. Pantoja needs more work, in my opinion. And that's all I meant, you know, it's not really Pantoja's fault. It's just like flyweight is not that much better than it was like 10 years ago. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but shout out Tim Elliott though. You know, I always got a soft spot for Tim Elliott. You know, after the whole thing about his wife cheating on him with his best friend, and they even hooked up at his wedding, like type weirdo stuff. You know, shame on those people. But yeah, shout out to Tim Elliott for getting a win, man. It's a big F you to both those guys, and I'm pretty sure the one guy was a UFC fighter. He was mid, he got cut, and then that all came out. I'm pretty sure his wife was a UFC fighter too. She was trash, she got cut. So Tim Elliott's just taking dubs right now, unless there's some other stuff behind the scene that I'm not knowing about. But shout out to Tim Elliott. As much as I'm not really a fan of him fighting, love to see the City Boys win, you know, after all that BS that went down with his personal life a couple years ago. On to the next fight, though, we got Michael Venom Page defeating Jared Cannonier by decision. I had MVP, I believe, 29-28, winning the first 2 rounds. I kept thinking that he knocked down Cannonier twice, but he kind of just hit him with a punch and, like, pushed him down twice, I think it was. Dude, like, MVP striking is legit. It's no joke. He's one of the best strikers probably in the UFC. Horrible ground game. I'm so surprised this, like, never has gotten fixed. And the showboating from him makes me so mad and mental, man. It's just, like... It's just... I don't... Like... You're not that good to be doing this, but he is about to be a top 10 middleweight. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. I think anyone else above him or even slightly below him steamrolls him. Jared Cannonier, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. This guy has somewhat of an underrated career. Just never fixes the game plan, and that's why I had to go with MVP. I was like, I think MVP's gonna get it done because Cannonier's going to find a way to play right into MVP's game, which he did. And that's unfortunate. But, you know, you live and you learn. Didn't seem like Cannonier learned. So, and I did get that right. I said MVP by decision. And that was the last of my perfect predictions because everything went even more downhill after that. On to the next fight, though, we have Carlos Prates defeating Jeff Neal by spinning elbow with a second left in the first round. Protez looked good, man. Jeff Neal, he was just one step ahead of Jeff Neal every single time. The body knees were there again. I think the body knees were causing a lot more issues than we initially thought. So that is such good work for Protez. And that makes me so mad because how good is Ian Gary? Like, this is crazy, guys. Like, this is crazy. Like, I hate it because it's making me respect Ian Gary more, and I don't want to respect that guy. That guy sucks. That guy's the worst. That guy's the type of kid that would be bullied, honestly. But, I mean, huge show. So, and we do kind of forget that that was a short notice fight, but that makes even Gary even look better. But it is kind of excuse for Protez. But Protez knew what he was doing with Jeff Neal, man. First guy I think to ever KO Jeff Neal, which is kind of crazy. So Protez will probably be number 11. I don't know who's number 10. Oh my goodness, that was a male. 4. Oh, that thing's booking. Yeah, that thing's gone. We don't want that. Yeah, Protez called out Leon Edwards for co-main event in Brazil. If anything, oh, actually, you can't. Leon can't main event Brazil, though, over Charles, but I don't think they'll do that. Protez will probably fight at the end of the year. Who that is, I don't know. Maybe Burns. Probably just be like, hey, Burns, we want a lot of money to go lose again type thing, but which is unfortunate. But also I respect Burns because him taking these matchups is moving the division. It was the same thing, and that's one thing I will also bring that back and talk about Cannonier. Cannonier is helping move the division by him taking these fights. Even if they're winning, that's cool. I want them to like make them tough matchups and everything, but them making these fights, taking these fights, and even sometimes fraud checking, you know, I'm fine with. Like, it's just helping the divisions move. You don't, not every division has a guy or two that's going around and being like, oh, I'll fight whoever, I don't care if I lose, win, whatever. So I'm very thankful that we do have guys like Burns and Cannonier that are willing to fight these guys that are below them, and maybe UFC is doing some shady stuff and forcing their hand. I don't know, but hopefully they're just getting paid a lot to do it, considering that they're ruining their careers doing it. But I love that they don't seem at least very entitled and they are taking these risks. Moving on to the next fight, though, the co-main event. Lerone Murphy defeating Aaron Pico by first round KO, back-to-back spinning elbows. Insanity. I think, like, this is when I was like, oh, this card's gonna be all time. We haven't even gotten to the DDP and Khamzet fight yet, which I'm not there yet. I'm just saying, at the time, I was thinking it. Yeah, man. I mean, Pico looked really good initially. The pressure was insane. The striking was insane. Those body hooks were landed right away, and I think Lerone Murphy knew that those were going to be issues. But Lerone Murphy stayed calm. He was circling out, and then just makes a read and just catches Pico crashing in with the spinning elbow, man. And that was so scary. I thought Pico was like dead for a second, man. That right on the temple again, just like Jeff Neal. Bellator guy goes down again, man. It's so. Oh wait. Got to get a kill for the audience real quick. Hold on. I got him. Whitetail. I didn't even know there was whitetail on this map. Alright, well, we got one. We got one for the YouTube. Yeah, so great win for Lerone Murphy. Now we can talk title picture. Like, honestly, I know it shouldn't have had to been Pico to give him a title. Who's your other option? You're talking freaking Yair Rodriguez in a very undeserved title match. I hope they were just talking that for the UFC pay-per-view in Mexico that got canceled because of the Canelo fight or whatever and the stadium renovations and whatnot. But I hope they're not doing that Yair fight. I hope. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Manitoba now. Oh, they're Manitoban. Oh shoot. But yeah, I think a win like that, because I don't think Lerone was going to get it. Obviously not off the Emmett fight, but I think the UFC was even going to be hesitant to give him like a title contender or title eliminator fight after that because of how boring that Emmett fight was. Goes out here, he takes out Pico. Give it to him next. Honestly, they're probably not going to do it anyway. They'll probably make him fight one more time. No way. Oh, bro, I missed it. Would have been a gold. Would have been a gold. That was tough. But yeah, I think overall, where we gotta go? We gotta go here. Overall, I think this is a tough look for Lerone Murphy, or not Lerone Murphy. Tough look for the Pico and the Bellator guys that are coming over. I can't tell if this makes the UFC happy or mad because they're signing these guys. Happy because it shows that their fighters are legitimately the best and no other promotions even close. Or mad because, I mean, I doubt they're paying these guys like that much money, but mad because they signed these guys in hope that they would shake up some of these title pictures and they have not, you know. So, which is crazy. I think all these guys outside of maybe Apache Mix, if he recovers, I think all these guys are like not even going to crack top 10. And if they do, it's going to be very barely, you know, which is so crazy to think about. But I hope Lerone Murphy gets it next. He's probably not. It's probably going to go to the winner of Diego Lopez and John Silva. Actually, that's not true. If Diego Lopez wins, they'll probably do Diego Lopez Yair for next title shot, and then Lerone Murphy gets it. If John Silva wins it, he's getting it next. I mean, it's just, that's clear as day, and that's, I mean, unless like they get, like Yair has to have dirt on them or something, but I would like to think this is just, the Yair thing was just, hey, you're getting title shot next because it was going to be in Mexico and we don't have Moreno and all of this, but no, I mean, oh shoot. Oh my gosh, bro, what the can you not, bro? I'm trying to make a freaking YouTube video over here. Oh yeah, I'm running the wind. I missed. I think I hit the tree. Fuck. Bad day for the hunters, but yeah, I mean, I think what you do is if John Silva wins against Diego Lopez, you gotta do that. If Diego Lopez wins, you gotta do Diego Lopez Yair set up the next title shot. That if Yair beats Diego Lopez coming off a win against John Silva, I'm fine with Yair getting the rematch against Volk or whoever's the champion by then. And then Lerone Murphy fights Volk in the meantime until the Yair and Diego Lopez thing gets situated. I do think Diego Lopez has a pretty good shot at winning against what's his name? Please don't tell me this all the way up on the sale. No, it's not okay. I do think Diego Lopez does have a pretty good chance of beating John Silva, but we'll see what happens in a couple weeks with that. Actually, yeah, that's about 3 weeks away now, maybe about a month, a little less than a month. So that'll be pretty interesting in that regard. But either way, great win for Lerone Murphy. Never been too high on the guy, but um, I really thought Vegas knew something. But I guess like Aaron Pico really did have that much hype that maybe the line was that inflated for him. I thought that was the easiest money in the world. I mean, Lerone Murphy, not only is he undefeated, but he is so technically sound. He's very well rounded. I think the line did like almost get back down to a pick 'em, but like right before the fight started. I believe I saw Lerone Murphy was like plus 200 on like Wednesday or Thursday of last week, and about like an hour or so right before the fight, he was plus 132. So the line started to even out a little bit over time, but it was just crazy to me that Murphy was an underdog. I don't know what was going on there. Can't complain with like free money though. So which I ended up losing in the last fight, and we're about to get to that right now. Khamzet Chimaev defeats Dricus du Plessis by decision. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, this killed the whole card. It just, I can't say the sport is ruined, man, but that like, I was literally going into this saying it's a win-win. If Khamzat wins, it's so good for the sport, because it was the way he was going to win. Or I wanted Dricus to win, and it would have been so impressive, and Dricus would have had 3 really good title defenses. Dude, like, I just don't understand, man. Like, what, like, Dricus's takedown defense was so bad. His freaking hips were just square to Chimaev. Like, every single time he threw something, just right there, wide open. Like, Khamzat didn't even have to have the most calculated shots, and they would just land every single time, man. That was so crazy to me. I think, honestly, I was at there was, like, a point where I was like, yeah, I think I would have rather, like, Khamzat subbed him in the first minute of the first round. Because I just went through 45 minutes of hell watching that. The first round, I was like, okay, Drake is just taking it off, you know, it's whatever. A little concerning how easy he got that takedown. I don't, it might have been the fastest Khamzat's ever gotten the takedown. I don't know off the top of my head. But I think, I was like, oh, it's first round. He survived. It was whatever. And then second round happens again. I'm like, okay, this is a little I was like, okay, you're really going to drop 2 rounds right here? You have to come out in the third round. You have to establish something. And then it happens again in the third round, and I'm like, okay, I just gave up. I was like, yeah, this is not going to happen. Like, Hamzat's cardio definitely got better. He was definitely just pacing himself, and that's what kind of made it a boring fight. But he still just looked gassed, like, after each round, Khamzat, but like not like gassed. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just was wishful thinking, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, Dricus had no answer for takedowns. His IQ was just so bad. He's throwing kicks like right in Khamzat's distance. I couldn't tell. Maybe some of them were knees that he was trying to intercept the takedown. And you know, obviously he wasn't. Dude, it's such a weird fight, man. Obviously, Khamzat was. I don't even know how to say this. He was trying to play careful, obviously. He definitely feared the takedowns, or not the takedowns. Khamzat feared gassing out, probably. I don't know. Maybe he feared the physicality. It's just like Dricus, it just seemed like Dricus' IQ was, or game plan was just wear him out first round, and then, you know, try to out physical him like in these takedown attempts, rather than just, you know, getting these underhooks and really trying to establish a base and just, you know, negate the chain wrestling. And it just, it's such a bad look, man. And with a performance like that, man, as much as and I still love DDP, man, I just he's gonna go down the list on my favorite fighters because I expected, like, I don't care about the goofy style. I respect it so much. I think it's interesting. It's unique. He makes it work. It's like it's just I don't know, man. I expected them to have a way better game plan. Being a championship fight, it just kind of seems like they didn't take Khamzat serious. And then once he got past the first round, they're like, "Oh, okay, well he's probably chalked." And Khamzat wasn't chalked, man. But no, I think this is bad for the UFC. Looking at it from my point of view right now, at this current moment, this is such a bad look for the UFC. Because he had a great card. It was spoiled by that. Say what you want about Hamza, whatever, being a star. I don't care. I think that ruined his stock, personally. Yeah, he might be one of your biggest stars in the UFC, but I like one. I don't think we're seeing him for at least 9 months, 8, 9 months. Like we just want, and like it's kind of the same way with Taporia. Like with Taporia, we only see fight every 8 months, at least since he's become a champion. Hamza, I'm thinking we're lucky if we see him every 8, 9 months. You know what I mean? So, like I smell an interim coming up. Like he's gonna be injured or something's gonna happen, and there's gonna be an interim belt on the line, and then he's probably gonna vacate, or he's probably going to. Probably gonna vacate, or he's probably gonna retire after like one more fight. Like I just have a feeling he's not gonna be around for very long. Like I give him another year or two in the sport, if even. Like he just doesn't give me that vibe. Never want him to hear him say that. Oh, he's gonna kill everybody, smash all this, like that. Nah, shut up. Yeah, you won, whatever. Don't be talking like that. Don't be like doing this whole Colby thing and like. Because even though I poop on Colby for having boring fights and everything, at least some fights he kind of goes out there and puts it all on the line, But man, Hamza is growing on my least favorite fighters list now. Unless he becomes an active champion and this is a one-off fight, that's how he'll kind of get back into good graces with me. I think. First off, I mean, going back to what I said earlier, this just delegitimizes like middleweight. Honestly, it's so bad now. I thought Dreykus was such a good champion. It was such a good era during the Dreykus era. But no, what does it show me? It shows me that Dreykus was just fed strikers that didn't test his grappling at all, and that's why he won. And shout out to Dreykus, still one of the best strikers in the middleweight division. If I wouldn't even say in the UFC, I'll say in the UFC. Doesn't matter though. If you can't stop takedowns for a guy that is shooting like that, like insane, dude. That's such a bad look. You're two defenses into your thing. You've had the fight that you were gonna fight this guy for almost 9 months now, unless you really weren't looking past Sean like at all. It's such a bad look, man. It makes Adesanya look horrible, makes Whitaker look horrible. Vittori, Cannonier, all these challengers over the years that have lost to Adesanyas and the Whitakers, they look even worse. Middleweight is just such a freaking disaster. Do I think Hamzat's going to be an undeniable champ? He's going to run through everyone? No, I don't. I either think he's not going to be around long enough to be really tested like that. I think he's going to be Khabib 2.0, probably even worse, like probably does not even get to 3 title defenses. And I think there's going to be guys that give him issues. I don't think Khamzat looked that good yesterday. It was a very dominant performance. I think it was more so DDP looked that bad. outside of DDP's submission defense. His submission defense was impeccable. It was very, very clean. The only thing good I can say about DDP. But every time, even ever, the only times, because it was very, very few, that DDP landed on Khamzet, he got a reaction. And I think there are some guys, in my opinion, looking from this lens at this current moment that could give Khamzet some issues, and that is Fluffy Hernandez and Cowboy Hio. Imavov maybe a little bit. I still think he gets controlled on the ground. I don't think him training at MMA Factory with those guys that are historically horrible grapplers, I don't think that's going to help him weather through Khamzet's storm. I think RDR gets mauled too, even though he's pretty massive. I think Fluffy with the gas tank and the durability gives him a lot of issues. And I think Boy Hio with the well-roundedness, the IQ gives him issues. I think Khamzet definitely has a chance to be chinned in his career, but I don't know who does it. You know what I mean? So, hopefully we get a welterweight that moves up and bulks up properly, you know, to do it, because that was just such a horrible way to end my night yesterday. After the back-to-back spinning elbows, like, I'm fine with, like, I understand he wasn't trying to risk losing position, all that. Like, I get it. I really do get it. It's just the fact that he's in there. He's like, I'm going to kill everybody else. And guys like, shut up, dude. Shut up. Like, that was just knee to the thigh the whole time. Just, you know, and don't get me wrong, the takedowns were easy. I like great wrestling. Probably the best control I've seen in UFC outside of Habib. All time. I think now looking at it, like, this just makes me look so bad, but this is the sport we're in, man. I think, looking at it, oh man, I think DDP beats Khamzet 1 out of 10 times, and I can't even, like, I don't even want to say one. It's just like a lucky knee or punch actually gets through. And Khamzet, I felt like, was getting decent reactions from those punches. Or Dreykus was getting decent reactions from the only punches he was landing. But, man, I'm so sick of this, I think. I think it's such a bad matchup looking back. And I just watched a couple breakdowns, and you know, every time DDP throws, and, you know, he's either lifting up his knee or he's, you know, square right with Chimaev, just easy double leg. You know, it's just like, it's almost like a Jan and Merab. It's like, you know, Jan's really good and everything, and probably beats most of those fighters in that division, but Merab's just always gonna run through him because the high guard and everything. But man, I hope Dreykus finds his way back. I don't know if he will. He definitely won't during the Khamzet era, probably, man. And, like, let's say Khamzet, you know, defends 2 times, Dreykus gets on a 2-fight win streak. I don't think the UFC is going to make it again. Like, they're not going to want to risk that. That was so one-sided. Like, I don't even know. Like, I mean, we just saw Jan have to go through, like, 3 different people. And, like, he's still not even getting toe shot next. He has to hope that Merab destroys Corey and then wants to turn around. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's such a bad look, man. It's so bad. I'm so sick, dude. Like, I think that was probably the most dominant championship performance I've ever seen personally live. I think I had it 50-41. I might have had it 49-42. I might have given DDP 5th round. Probably not, though. I think I did have 50-41. I think I had 10-8 all the way until the last round. DDP jumped to Gilly, stupid. Um, did reverse positions a few times, then blew it. Yeah, now we're in such a which should be a fun era. If this was a couple years ago, I would have been like, "Oh, this is gonna be such a fun era." No, this is gonna be such a horrible era with inactivity, with not hugging. Um, I don't know though. I will give the Khamzet the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna think that that was just a DDP type fight, and I would like to think he's gonna get finishes or chase finishes and more with some of these other guys. But man, I don't know. Such a sickening way to end it. Um, and just like that, I'm starting to lose my champions. I just had probably my favorite era of all time since I became a fan. And now it's about to start to dwindle. What's next? Islam's gonna beat JDM. What's after that? Ankalaev is gonna. Well, yeah, Ankalaev gonna beat Pereira again. Islam gonna beat JDM. Um, John Silva gonna defeat Volk. I like Pantoja, but Josh Van losing Pantoja. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just. I went from having one of the worst, least favorite, years with championships to having one of my favorite years, and now I just feel like, oh, dude, if Cyril Gone beats Aspinall too, dude, I'm gonna be so sick, dude. Oh, matchmaking though, do DDP versus RDR, like that's a no-brainer. What's that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, do DDP versus RDR. That's a no-brainer. And then do Khamzet versus Imavov versus Boyhio winner. Um, I was Boyhio. I'm starting to lean Imavov a little bit, but I would have to kind of look back into that when that time comes. We still got 2-3 weeks for that fight. Um, But yeah, overall, was a decent card. Main event spoiled it, like absolutely spoiled it. That's the thing about these main events, man. Like they make or break the card, no matter what. Like the rest of the card was so good, even though I didn't have my bets hit. And maybe if my bets did hit and this happened, I would be like, I'm still such a good card. But no, it's ruined. As of right now, on August 17th, I'm looking at this division. I'm saying, F it. I don't want it. Yesterday, I wanted all the smoke. I wanted to see what would happen. Even when I was assuming Khamzet was going to win, I just didn't think it was going to be like that. I knew inactivity was going to be a thing, but I was like, hey, he's still going to run through people. Who cares? What the was that? What was that? That was crazy. I'm done. Done rambling. That went on way longer than I had to, but it's whatever. Goodbye.